are three terms that we use to describe how individuals in a multilingual society use language. So these terms are code switching, code crossing, and code mixing. So let's take a look at each of these. So first of all, code switching. Code switching is what we do when we consciously select a language based upon the context we're in, the subject matter, or the topic, or the people we're talking with. So if I can speak three languages, and I'm going to particularly select to speak this language A, for example, in this situation, but then I move to another situation and I choose to speak language B. So I've just code switched from language A to language B, depending upon the situation I'm in. So as individuals, when we speak multiple languages and when we're in a multilingual society, we make very conscious code switching choices based on that overt and covert prestige that's going on as well. Code crossing is a variation on code switching. When I code cross, I'm using a language that the people around me are using, but I actually don't specifically belong to that group. So I'll use myself as an example. I learned French, and I'm fairly fluent in it. I won't impose my French upon you. But when I go to Quebec, I use French. Even though I'm not Quebecois, I don't have any French heritage or French background. So I'm code crossing because I actually don't belong to a French-speaking group, but I speak the language, and therefore that enables me to go into Quebec and speak French. So in that situation, I'm code crossing. I speak the language, but I don't actually belong to that specific group of language speakers. The final term we need to get our heads around is the term code mixing. With code mixing, I change from one language to another language, actually in the middle of a sentence. And I may be very conscious of doing this, or I may do it subconsciously. I may not know that I'm flipping back and forth between languages. So we use code mixing for a variety of reasons. The most frequent reason that we use code mixing is because it's simply easier. So if we can't quite think of the word we want in one language, we'll substitute a word in another language. Or if one language has a better word, then we'll use that better word. So code mixing is really interesting, and there's a lot of good studies on it, trying to delve into why people code mix, why they switch back and forth between languages mid-sentence. It's a really fun and interesting research area to look at.